Welcome back, everybody, for another map review. We're looking at a logging map today. I don't do a lot of logging, but I don't mind it. I do it from time to time. My favorite map up to now has been the FDR Grizzly Mountain map. I actually have really featured it in any kind of videos or do any kind of mod reviews on it. I do have an episode on it in my list of episodes and stuff. You can check it out. You might like it. It's pretty funny. Me and my 4-year-old, he wanted to play hide and seek, so he decided we would do it on that map. So we decided later on, after we got up playing hide and seek, that we was going to go up to the top of the mountain, and he made it. So I thought, oh, this is cool. The 4-year-old just drove up the top of Grizzly Mountain. And if you haven't seen that map or understand what we're talking about here, you might want to check it out, just so you can see what's like going to the top of Grizzly Mountain. I mean, that I've seen people fall off of before in videos and stuff. And so the next time we did it, he just decided to purposely drive off the mountain every chance he could and knock me off the mountain, and it wound up getting pretty funny. Everybody in the house was laughing about it and everything, but usually I have trouble pronouncing half these maps and the made-up names and everything else in the world. And I actually have some viewers from France, Russia, and Germany, which is just so cool. So I want to help y'all out here. This is Black Mountain, Montana. There you go. I've said it. So let's dive in. I have been in a multiplayer, and it's pretty logical. You just get this truck. You don't get the razor. I bought it to get around. This is a large map. If everything pretty much is located right over here. So your biomass heating plant and all that. And if you're looking for your silage place, you can forget it. You can only sell at the barn, and that's it. So you can do your loose and your bales and stuff if you decide you want to do it. But that's kind of one of the things I like about this map. My problem with forestry is I enjoy it, but I get tired of it pretty quick. And if you're into horses, there is a horse ranch over here. I will show you it. In multiplayer view, everything is really flat over here, and you can buy about anything and not be like kind of like buying a biogas plant where you spend $1 million just to sell your silage junk. You can buy the sawmill at $332,000. I haven't checked it nowhere in town you can buy, but you can go here and buy up the ranch and have a place if you want to do horses, or if you're in multiplayer or anything and you're really into horses, well, drop a house over there. It's good and flat over there, so you shouldn't have no problem. As far as anywhere else in here, unless you got your metal, I don't see placing down anything. I think there needs some modders that's really good at this modding. Should come up with some more placeables, maybe a cabin with a overnight sleep spawner, kind of that way, so you can grab a metal or something up here, because you can buy this stuff individually, and I love that. And I mean, you're not really going to put down a house up here, so I would really like to see a modder put down something for forestry and stuff. Maybe, like I said, like a little log cabin or something like that would go pretty good with some other maps and stuff with sleep. So you can do some fields and stuff, but it's not the star of the show. That's why you got your sawmill here and all this, and nothing on here is that expensive. So I mean, you're looking at small dollar amounts to be able to buy a large area. It's going to keep you busy for a pretty good while. Even if it don't have much trees on it, it's going to keep you busy for a pretty good while, and I'll show you why here in a minute. For the actual farm, you got some decent size equipment. I would like to see some smaller stuff, but it is set in kind of a modern area, so I get it. This time, I mean, even though I would normally go through and sell all this, we're not talking about agriculture, so this is far enough back, and some of the smaller model tractors, so all it feels logical, and you really don't need anything big because, I mean, you really don't start with anything. This is one field, and this is the other field. So, should take you about a whole 10 minutes to do your farming unless you buy up all the rest of stuff. So, hey, I get it. Sounds logical. I'm going to use this razor to get around, kind of show y'all around. If you haven't seen the map, I seen where it was brought forward from 17, and it definitely has a 17 feel. You'll recognize some of the buildings and stuff from 17. But I mean, if you're worried about getting lost and finding your way around, you might as well quit playing, because there's no way to get lost here. It's a square, so it's kind of funny. It's got one little waterway through it. I really don't understand why we have this signs, authorized vehicles only. That's kind of one of these things that makes me want to laugh, because you gotta come in here to sell, so I guess I'm authorized to drive my buggy through here. So, we'll look at some more of the town. Kind of like that green building right there. That's, and even this bridge pretty much reminds me of 17. And I sold a place in 17 just like it, so, you know. Let's go look at the ranch. I know oh, wait, I gotta show this first. This is the funniest thing that Giants has done. I don't know if they don't know anything really about America. I mean, we got surfboards in our houses, which, unless you live in Hawaii, and I made this comment before, you're not going to have a surfboard in your house, even if you live close to the beach. I don't think you're going to be doing much farming if you live close to the beach. But this is hilarious. I'm pretty old, and I can remember when gas turned $1 a gallon. Thought it was funny. So we're talking like, what, 1960s or 70s prices. But if you look on their base map, I mean, I thought it was like 20 cents on the base map. I mean, the price of the gas just, yeah, don't make any sense. At least on some maps, like Michigan, gas is actually $3 and something a gallon, which is what it is. So I think the gas price is pretty funny. If gas prices was 70 cents a gallon, nobody would ever stay home at all. We would have to worry about global warming for sure then, because literally nobody would ever again stay home. They would just drive around everywhere just because it wouldn't cost nothing. We'd all have engines with 1,000 horsepower, and yeah, that's almost just a laughable gas price. So I don't know why Giants thinks our gas is 20 to 70 cents. No disrespect to Giants, it's okay. It's just kind of funny. And here's your horse ranch, and this is a sale point. Has a sign. We go look at the sign. Yeah, it's for fast and slow riders. So yeah, everybody's welcome, I guess they're saying. But you got your little riding area. Like I said, more than enough place to put down a house. If you start off with a small horse paddock, sell some of these larger ones. It's a little glitchy, but and needs to have a little workover, something like that, or a small horse farm. You got plenty of area here. It is purchasable. It is not expensive. It's like the other 370,000. So if you're a horse lover and you don't want to do no farming, sell all this, grab that. There actually is a small house. It doesn't work well in multiplayer. I mean, it won't work at all in multiplayer, but you can put down something like this and have a really small footprint. Sleep timer and everything works. I've used it. So, I mean, you can drop in logically over here and have a little bit of money to spend, because you don't start off a lot of money in this at all. Let's see. You start off with 100,000. I spent that little bit here just for the fact I bought this razor. So, and multiplier, of course, you would start off with 1.2 million, and you only get a pickup truck, no lands. So you could actually do something like that and start off somewhere like here or somewhere else and actually have an easier start and go into like farm manager mode or multiplayer than you could starting out on easy, in my opinion. But if you want to do a little farming and stuff, then along with this, because you don't want to dedicate yourself just for that, it all makes sense. So anyway, let's take a little tour up the mountain, and this is what I was talking about. I mean, this one's a little bit more paved. The one I went up earlier was all dirt. And like I said, you could buy this up and put you down a house up here. So if you're just gonna play multiplayer, if you just want to concentrate on forestry and you don't want to do no farming, there's you a bear. There's actually a couple bears that I've seen so far, and some other wildlife. But it's not all this easy to get to. This is about as simple as you can get for this mountains area. This one here is about as easy as it's going to get. Because I actually started in from the farm side when I came up the first time I looked at this map. And yeah, it twists, turns, narrow. But I mean, how cool is this? I mean, it's not, like I said, FDR Mountain, the Grizzly Mountain was my favorite starting out. But literally you buy the whole land for like $400,000. We're talking about all of the land. And that's illogical to me. Even though I did like the map, it's hard for me to wrap my head around it. Playing multiplayer, two people can't put down a house. But this map here is really pretty, and this would be your login. So good luck with that. And as it should be. I mean, I've seen them on TV trying to get logs and stuff, and they have to chain them off the side of the mountain and pull them up on top of a hill and everything else, and then load them up and everything. It's a massive and a very dangerous operation, but it's just full of these areas right here. Take off this way a little bit. Oh, there's that other bear. Now I know where I'm at. Okay, so I'll just go around this way then. But yeah, if you're into forestry and you're into realism, to me, hands down, so far when it comes to forestry, this would be the map. It's just that simple. I like the meadows, and the trees don't all really look purposely planted. This is just a really good forestry map. And you got your little decoration. Don't shoot any of these, they're not moving, they're probably decoys. There's going to be a little ranger over here to the side, going to take all your stuff if you take a shot at them, so leave them alone. But I mean, it's nice, it's really nice. So that's pretty much about the gist of this map. Like I said, you can do multiplayer. It's nothing really here for animals or silage or any of that. A lot of that stuff you're going to have to add to it. It's going to be a little bit more of a struggle, like I said, in me starting out. It's going to be hard to make this money back, because if you make any adjustments to the farm at all, you're going to be acquiring a pretty massive debt, unless you want to sell everything off and start small. Everything being sold at one location, nearly or three, even grains to the restaurant and stuff, I can kind of live with. I mean, it doesn't really seem logical, but I mean, I can live with it. I mean, this map is pretty much about forestry, and then take a little break at a little farming anyway, and having more than one sell point kind of gives you some extra options of places to go without putting down a placeable. So I think, I mean, I can sit here and nitpick it. There's no reason to. It's about forestry, and when it comes to forestry, this one here is the best that I've seen thus far. If you got one that you think is better than forestry, or if you got one that you want me to look at, that you want me to consider looking at to be in what I feel is the best in forestry, comment. I read my comments. I'll be happy to look at it. I love looking at maps and stuff. But I think this map is well worth a download, and credit to them for bringing, like I said, it says in the description that it was a F-17 map, and I think they brought it forward. So if they brought it forward, or if they did anything to it, or had any kind of involvement, or the person that originally made this map, you know, hats off, because I never got to play it, never got to see it until now. And this may be a first look for a lot of other people. It's just now getting into farming simulator games. And if you're interested in forestry, I definitely would check out this one. Black Mountain is a really good forestry map, in my opinion, and you can take a break if you need to and do a little farming as well. So, like, share, comment. If you pop that sub button, all that stuff is free, and it helps me and it helps the viewers and stuff to keep bringing content and stuff. And your comments, if you got any mods you want me to look at before you release them and stuff, I'll help secure your ideas and post pictures and stuff. If you look back on some of the other pictures, like for G&G modding, the old family farm map, I actually got a little splash screen and stuff for them and stuff. I'll definitely will post you a tribute to your work and your efforts, so when people comes into the map and they look at your mods and stuff, when you finally do release it, they'll see everything about you first. So let's grow this gaming community and modding community. I love modders. Keep it up. You can't satisfy everybody. Some people's just got their opinion. That includes me. So keep it up, and stay tuned in, and let's keep growing and keep playing and keep having fun, everybody. Take care.